Ravensbrück, a city steeped in shadows, both literal and metaphorical. Ancient oaks lined cobblestone streets, their branches heavy with secrets whispered across centuries. Gargoyles perched atop Gothic buildings, their stone gazes fixed on the never-ending drama below. This was a city where the supernatural walked among humans, their true natures veiled by an intricate dance of illusion and deception. And it was here, under the watchful gaze of the moon, that a forbidden love began to bloom. A vampire, cursed with immortality, and a werewolf, bound by the moon, found solace in each other's arms. Their love, a beacon in the darkness, defied the ancient feud between their kinds. The air itself hummed with unseen energy. It whispered of ancient pacts and simmering rivalries. Vampires, elegant and predatory, held court in their secluded mansions, their eyes gleaming with centuries of ambition. Werewolves, bound to the cycles of the moon, guarded their territory with primal ferocity. An uneasy truce held the two factions in check, a truce constantly threatened by the weight of history and the ever-present possibility of betrayal. The humans who lived among them remained blissfully unaware. They went about their lives oblivious to the supernatural forces at play. They dismissed the strange occurrences in Ravensbrück as mere coincidence, attributing them to the city's age and eccentric residents. But for those who knew the truth, the danger was all too real. Every shadow held the potential for conflict, every whisper a promise of chaos. As the shadows closed in, they fought to protect their love from those who sought to tear them apart. This is their story, a tale of love, loss, and the eternal struggle between light and dark. Damien was a creature of the night in every sense of the word. His skin was pale as moonlight, his eyes like chips of obsidian reflecting the city's hidden truths. As a vampire, he was both blessed and cursed with immortality, forced to walk the earth long after his human life had faded into memory. Centuries had passed since he last felt the warmth of the sun on his skin, the sting of a mortal wound. Time flowed differently for him now, a languid river punctuated by moments of intense sensation. He was a study in contradictions. His movements were fluid and graceful, almost balletic in their precision. Yet, an aura of danger clung to him, a silent warning to those who dared to get too close. He was a predator, honed by centuries of survival into a weapon of unparalleled lethality. But beneath that icy exterior, Damien harbored a secret shame. He yearned for connection, for a love that transcended the boundaries of his existence. A love that his own nature seemed determined to deny him. He sought solace in the shadows, in the solitude of his ancient manor overlooking the city. Surrounded by the ghosts of his past, he tried to outrun the memories that haunted him. The faces of those he'd loved and lost flickered behind his eyelids, a constant reminder of the price of immortality. His heart, once capable of such fierce passion, had grown cold and still, encased in a protective layer of ice. He had convinced himself that love was a weakness, a vulnerability he could no longer afford. But deep down, a flicker of hope remained, a tiny ember, refusing to be extinguished. Drawn to the warmth of a werewolf's touch, Damien's heart began to thaw. He found himself torn between his nature and his desire. As the moon rose, their love was tested by the forces that sought to keep them apart. But in the face of adversity, they found strength in each other, their love a beacon in the night. Lila was a force of nature disguised as a woman. Her beauty was undeniable, a captivating blend of strength and vulnerability. Raven hair cascaded down her back like a silken waterfall, framing eyes that shimmered with an inner fire. She moved with an effortless grace, her every step exuding an air of confidence that drew all eyes to her. She was a mystery wrapped in an enigma, her past shrouded in whispers and speculation. Few knew her true origins, and even fewer dared to ask. Lila had perfected the art of blending in, of appearing human even in the midst of the supernatural. She was a master of disguise, her true nature hidden beneath layers of carefully constructed facades. She understood the power of secrets, the importance of keeping her true identity hidden from those who would seek to exploit it. But behind her carefully crafted mask, Lila was a creature of instinct and passion. She possessed a fierce loyalty to those she considered her own, a protectiveness that bordered on feral. She had come to Ravensbrück seeking refuge, a place to escape the shadows of her past. The city with its ancient secrets and hidden dangers called to her, promising both sanctuary and the thrill of the unknown. She walked among the humans, observing them with a detached curiosity. She envied their fleeting lives, their ability to experience the world with a raw intensity that she could only dream of. Yet she knew that her fate lay on a different path, a path fraught with danger and steeped in the blood of her ancestors. Under the enigmatic moonlight, their love blossomed. The vampire with his ethereal beauty and the werewolf with his raw strength found a connection that transcended their differences. But as the shadows grew longer, they had to confront the enigma that threatened to tear them apart. Their love, a delicate dance of attraction and repulsion, was put to the ultimate test. Pause 3S. Deep within the heart of Ravensbrook lies the Whispering Woods, a place where the veil between the worlds of the living and the supernatural is thin. The trees here are ancient, their gnarled branches reaching out like skeletal fingers, whispering secrets to those who dare to listen. It is in these woods that Lila and her companions find themselves drawn, guided by an unseen force that promises answers but also danger. Pause 3S. As they venture deeper, the air grows thick with an eerie silence, broken only by the occasional rustle of leaves and the distant calls of nocturnal creatures. The moonlight filters through the dense canopy, casting ghostly shadows that dance and flicker, creating an atmosphere of both beauty and menace. Pause 3. Shh! It is here, amidst the whispering trees, that Lila begins to unravel the mysteries of her past. She comes face to face with the spirits of her ancestors, their spectral forms shimmering in the moonlight. They speak to her in hushed tones, revealing long-hidden truths and forgotten lore. The weight of her heritage presses down on her, a reminder of the blood that flows through her veins and the legacy she must uphold. Pause 3, yes. But the Whispering Woods hold more than just answers. They are also a place of trials, where Lila must confront her deepest fears and darkest desires. She is tested in ways she never imagined, her strength and resolve pushed to their limits. It is a crucible of transformation, where she must embrace her true nature or risk losing herself to the shadows. Pause 3S. As Lila emerges from the woods, she is forever changed. The secrets she has uncovered and the trials she has faced have forged her into a warrior, ready to face the challenges that lie ahead. The Whispering Woods have whispered their truths, and now, armed with newfound knowledge and strength, Lila is prepared to confront the enigma that threatens to tear her and her love apart. Pause 3S. As Lila steps out of the Whispering Woods, her resolve hardened and her spirit renewed, she finds herself standing before an ancient structure long forgotten by time. The Mirror of Truth, an artifact said to reveal the deepest secrets and desires of one's heart, lies hidden within the ruins of an old temple. Pause 3S. Guided by the spectral whispers of her ancestors, Lila approaches the temple with caution. The air is thick with an otherworldly energy, and the faint glow of the moon casts an eerie light on the crumbling stone. Pause 3S. Inside the temple is a labyrinth of shadows and echoes. Lila's footsteps reverberate through the empty halls, each step bringing her closer to the heart of the temple where the Mirror of Truth resides. The walls are adorned with ancient carvings depicting scenes of love, betrayal, and redemption. Pause 3S. Finally, Lila stands before the mirror, its surface shimmering like liquid silver. As she gazes into its depths, her reflection begins to shift and change, revealing images of her past, present, and future. She sees her greatest fears and her most fervent desires laid bare before her. Pause 3S. The mirror reveals the truth about her heritage, her connection to the supernatural world, and the destiny that awaits her. It shows her the faces of those she loves and those she must fight against. The revelations are both a burden and a blessing, filling her with a sense of purpose and determination. Pause 3S. As the visions fade, Lila feels a surge of power and clarity. The Mirror of Truth has shown her the path she must take, the choices she must make, and the strength she must summon. Armed with this knowledge, she leaves the temple, ready to face the challenges that lie ahead. Pause 3S. The Mirror of Truth has spoken, and Lila's journey continues, leading her towards a destiny that will test the very fabric of her being. With each step, she moves closer to the ultimate confrontation, where love and darkness will collide in a dance of attraction and repulsion. As the blood-red moon casts an eerie glow over the landscape, the final confrontation between the vampire and the werewolf begins. The tension is palpable, a thick fog of anticipation and the scent of blood hanging in the air. They circle each other, eyes locked in a deadly dance of predator and prey, each waiting for the other to make the first move. The vampire's eyes glint with a cold, calculated fury, while the werewolf's growl rumbles deep within its chest, a raw, primal sound. The silence is deafening, broken only by the occasional rustle of leaves and the distant howl of a lone wolf. Every muscle is coiled, every nerve on edge as these two ancient adversaries prepare to clash. Then, with a sudden burst of speed, they lunge at each other. The vampire's fangs gleam in the moonlight, while the werewolf's claws slash through the air. The battle is fierce, a blur of motion and fury, each strike met with a counter, each move a desperate bid for survival. The blood-red moon watches silently, a witness to this epic struggle as the fate of these two powerful beings hangs in the balance. Who will emerge victorious? Only time will tell as the night wears on and the battle rages beneath the crimson sky. As the first light of dawn breaks over the horizon, the battlefield lies silent. The blood-red moon has given way to the soft hues of morning, casting a gentle glow over the landscape. The vampire and the werewolf, once fierce adversaries, now stand amidst the remnants of their battle. Their bodies are marked with the scars of their struggle, but their eyes tell a different story, a story of understanding, of connection. The vampire's eyes, once cold and calculating, now hold a warmth that was previously absent. The werewolf's growl has softened, replaced by a look of curiosity and respect. Slowly they approach each other, the tension of their ancient feud dissipating with each step. They stand close, their breaths mingling in the cool morning air, and in that moment they see each other not as enemies, but as kindred spirits. A silent understanding passes between them, a recognition of the power of their shared experiences. They are both creatures of the night, bound by their nature. Yet they are also beings capable of love and compassion. The vampire reaches out, and the werewolf hesitates for a moment before accepting the gesture. Their hands meet, and a spark of something new ignites, a bond forged not in blood, but in mutual respect and an unspoken promise of unity. As the sun rises higher, bathing them in its golden light, they stand together, no longer divided by their differences. They have found a love that transcends their ancient feud, a love that holds the promise of a new era. Together they will face whatever challenges lie ahead, united by their newfound connection. The dawn of a new era has begun, one where love and understanding can overcome even the deepest of divides. And as they walk away from the battlefield, hand in hand, they leave behind the shadows of the past, stepping into a future filled with hope and possibility. As the golden rays of the rising sun bathe the landscape, the vampire and the werewolf stand at the edge of their respective worlds. Their decision is made. They will leave behind the clans that once defined them. The weight of centuries-old traditions and animosities is lifted from their shoulders. Hand in hand, they take their first steps into the unknown, their hearts beating in unison. The forest ahead is dense and mysterious, yet it holds the promise of a new beginning. Each step they take is a defiance of the past, a bold declaration of their forbidden love. Their journey is filled with uncertainties, but their resolve is unshakable. They know there will be challenges, both from the world they leave behind and the new one they seek to create, but together they are ready to face it all. Their bond, forged in the crucible of conflict and tempered by mutual respect, will be their guiding light. As they walk further into the forest, the sounds of their former lives grow distant. The whispers of the past are replaced by the harmonious melodies of nature. The sun continues to rise, casting long shadows that gradually fade, symbolizing the end of an era and the beginning of another. They pause for a moment, turning back to take one last look at the lives they've left behind. There's no regret in their eyes, only a deep-seated determination. They turn back to the path ahead, their faces illuminated by the dawn's glow, and continue their journey. Together, they step into a future brimming with hope and endless possibilities. The vampire and the werewolf, once bound by ancient feuds, are now united by a love that transcends all barriers. They walk hand in hand, ready to carve out a new life, a new destiny together. As they disappear into the horizon, the world breathes a sigh of relief. The dawn of a new era has truly begun, led by two souls who dared to defy the odds and choose love over hatred.